Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wrap It Up. I am your host, Dr. Aaron Hurd, and with me for the first time on this fine show is the Dr. Crystal Hurd. Justin had an illness in the family and could not miss out, so we brought in someone who actually speaks proper English to a degree for Appalachia that is acceptable, and owns enormous amount of NASCAR merch because she lives with a NASCAR person, and let her make some judgments here. You know, all the little data that we get says it's all middle-aged, younger men, just all men, like from their 20s up. There's no women. So here we go. This is an experiment. Let's see if this brings a new vibe to the show tonight. It's working for Dale Jr. He's got his wife on his show all the time, right? So
yeah,
okay, insightful.
I could be the Danica.
Well, no, we don't want that. But right off the bat, though, I have to say, Danica count already for the show. That's Danica number, I think, 13 mentioned this season. That's pretty high. All right, folks, listen, we're going to look at cars tonight, and we're going to see everyone that they're going to run, all the schemes they're going to have at Kansas coming up this weekend, and the order that they finished at what might be the worst Bristol I've ever been to in person, which is had some rough ones.
It's Bristol, baby.
You didn't go. Are you happy you stayed home?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be. It honestly probably looked better on TV than it did in person, which is a very rare thing. I can update you with one thing here. Let me say this to the folks out there first. As a Bristol representative online, I'm sorry. I'm sorry the race sucked. I don't know why it sucked, but we saved the rain from you. It's pouring rain now. Bristol is flooding at this moment, constantly raining, so you got away some great timing out of here, and even though it was a terrible race. Folks, hold with us for just one moment. We're going to do a quick thing, and we'll be right back to get this thing going. Hang on. Oh, Crystal, how long you been watching NASCAR? Tell the folks.
When I was little, I was a big Darrell Waltrip fan.
Who wasn't? Right?
Yeah.
That's maybe why we're married, possibly, right? It shows our common interests right off the bat. Oh.
I preferred Tide to Western Auto myself.
Oh, well, I don't know. I might draw the line there. Look at this hat, folks. This is the exclusive Hendrick William Byron hat for the Bristol Night race this year. I don't even know if you can see where it's black on black. I do like it, though. It's all blacked out for the night race. That's maybe better than the actual race was just getting this hat this weekend. Let's take a look at these cars. What a dominant show of traffic this weekend that we saw down at the track. You're better off you didn't get to go. He's going to run the same scheme he does next week that he did last week. He does it every week. Let's just move on. Here's the man who I almost thought people in the crowd were going to get excited about for a few minutes, like he was going to do something. But considering he had a half a lap lead on him, it really was no drama whatsoever. And I got to tell you, this is not my favorite Chase Elliott scheme.
It looks like a uniform to me.
It's for a uniform company.
Yeah.
So maybe they're doing their job. Very uniformish.
I mean, it just looks like...
Let's go back.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to push the button.
Oh, no, you're okay.
I apologize.
I like the teal, though.
Teal, okay. All right, the teal's selling it. Get the Casey Kane vibe in here. Let's get the ladies loving the scheme. Hey, Bubba. He's maybe Columbia Hornets Nests or bees or something here.
Ooh.
It's the black and gold, or is that a mustard yellow, possibly? Yeah. I kind of like this, honestly. I almost want to say, I feel like... I'm going to say it. I think this is the wrap of the week already. Yeah. Listen, it's not often that the bee community gets recognized. They're downtrodden and overlooked by most of society, and it's about time Bubba brings awareness to the bees and everything they're going through on our behalf, right?
I mean, except for, stinging us in the front yard.
That's true. Yeah. Very well. We are at war with the bees. We have always been at war with the bees. George Orwell.
Actually, I was going to also make it the wrap of the week.
Well, a double wrap of the week. That's all you got to say. When it's been wrapped, it's already
Double
the
wrap
wrap.
of the week.
Well, there you go.
It
It's the
reminds
best
me
looking
of
car we've cited right off the bat.
honeycomb cereal.
There you
That's
go.
my favorite.
There's not a good amount of cereal cars these days. That's really one thing I do have a problem with. Here's the thing I have a problem with, and that's Denny Hamlin. Man, I thought he was going to actually catch up to whoever was in the lead. He was pretty strong, and I thought he was going to win a race. I'm glad he didn't, but going into Kansas, very possible. The man has the most wins of any active driver. He might have the most wins of any driver, period. He's got 3. I think that is the most. 3 or 4. Somebody tell me in the comments. I can't remember everything. I certainly hope, just as a fan, that it doesn't happen again this week. But let's say this. FedEx, supposedly the rumor is FedEx is also going to cut back for next year for re-upping their contract or completely leave altogether. They have left the naming rights of the Washington Commanders Stadium, which Joe Gibbs now owns a part of. So it's a good possibility with their new CEO. They're going to lose FedEx on the 11 car next year. Speaking of Joe Gibbs and his adventures in Frankish cars, here is a man who is tearing up the playoffs, whether anybody realizes it or not. I saw some stat, and I don't even remember what it was, but in the last 5 races, he's like 3rd, 4th, 2nd, 20th, 4th. It's all like way up there or, wrecked somewhere. Do not doubt Christopher Bale. He's a silent killer. Look at him. He's a sick man.
What is Ream?
Ream? It's a water heater.
Oh.
I hope to goodness we do not have to shop with Ream
Is there a
anytime
metaphor
soon.
in there somewhere?
The water, heating water? Reaming water?
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I do know the car with the same color scheme that it ran last week, red, white, and black, is back. I'm not complaining. It's a hot
It
car.
looks good.
Look at it. It's
I like
amazing.
Blaney. I like Blaney.
Who doesn't?
That's my dad's fave.
Really? Get him on the phone. Prove it. You're making up lies again. Now, look, speaking of a person who's made up lies about having a race car career, here's Ryan Preece. Ryan Preece, prime candidate, though, to go to the 3rd car for RFK. How you feel about that? He's going to drive for Brad Keselowski.
What's his name?
Ryan Preece.
He's a priest?
He's almost one. He took a vow of not winning, and he's been able to fulfill it pretty well. Here's his cousin, who might actually pull off something, a man who's in the playoffs when nobody thought it was possible. The team's shutting down. They're still going. He's made it to the next round. Nobody thought that was going to happen. Oh, my goodness, and he's got the Honda tractors on the car, which, if I'm not mistaken, is moving with him to the 19 car next year to replace Martin Truex Jr.
Who's retiring, right?
Who is retiring from full-time. He's already said he's running the 500 with his old crew chief, and I'm sure there'll be other things. Probably something to do with a man who used to drive this car. But here's Bowman with a different look this week. It's still got the Miami Vice on it. It's not New York, no. I thought it was going to say Miami. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought I reprogrammed that. But it's a little different. There's not as much pink this time. It's more purple. I don't know why. Maybe the fall colors for Bowman. I don't know. You got me.
It looks like a Hawaiian shirt.
Right. Well, it kind of always does, but it has a little more pink to it usually. It's his whole thing's. He's a big Hawaiian shirt guy. If you see him walking around, Alex Bowman, he's always. He's one of those dad bod guys, you know. He's just walking around, Hawaiian shirt, big straw hat. That's him in a nutshell. Hey, speaking of nutshells, here's a nut that's hard to crack. Oh man, I thought that he was gonna honestly have a better run at the thing last week. Still got a pretty good finish though, but it's no win. It's top 10, but the man needs to do better. I do like the orange color, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Go Vols.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see what's next. Hey, Michael McDonald, the singer. You know who I'm talking about? Yeah, that guy. Exactly. Exactly. Not him. Okay? This is Michael McDowell. You met him before.
I have met him.
You
I
have
a
met
picture
him.
with him.
Yes. We
Yes.
were on pit road at Road America one day, and you were a very big Trevor Bain fan. And him and Michael happened to be together, and Michael just kind of got in the picture, you know.
Yeah, like I was like, oh my gosh, Trevor, oh my gosh, and I like attacked him, and then I'm like, oh yeah, okay, you can, yeah, sure, okay, you can stand here.
Yeah.
So.
Well, here he is, still out carrying out the mission. The last few races in the 34, he's got a bunch of little independent hobby stores on the hood this week. My problem with it is, can anybody really read it? I mean, we get to see this picture here, but when it's on the track, do I have any freaking idea about Willis's hobbies? No. This is it, folks. Check them out.
Like what hobbies? Like
you know, it's like RC cars, and it's like Hobbytown USA. Have you been? Or
yarn?
model trains.
Do they sell yarn?
No, there's no yarn. Like a 3D filament, stuff like that.
That's not.
It's like a smart nerd store. Oh. Okay. Hey, speaking of, here you go. How about this? Let's get a lady's perspective on Bed Bath & Beyond. You want to speak to this Bed Bath & Beyond, doctor? You want to tell us about homemaking over here?
Yeah, way too expensive.
Well,
yeah.
You know they went out of business, right?
Yeah,
they
because
filed bankruptcy.
They're real expensive.
Well, now the owner of Overstock bought the name Bed Bath & Beyond while out of bankruptcy court. So now, when you go to Bed Bath & Beyond, you're just going to Overstock with a different name. Does that make you feel better about it?
No, that's like when somebody like exhumes a corpse and then reanimates it or something, and then it's a zombie.
Hey, baby girl.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I thought. Zombie towel shopping. What comes to mind every time I'm...
Like, honestly, how many towels do you need?
That's true. How many towels... Listen, you're in charge of towels around here.
I am the towel manager here.
What?
Yes.
How many towels we go through here? Would you say in a week? Just right flat down the nitty gritty of our lives.
Purchasing or just usage?
No, definitely not purchasing. How many do we use? You wash them. How many are there?
12
12 towels a week.
or something.
Together? There's 12?
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody's not bathing one day a week or something. But anyway.
I mean, it's an educated guess.
Okay.
Well, there's also dishes and stuff. I mean,
yeah, but I'm just talking about towels.
Yeah.
So how often are you rebuying towels? I don't know.
Never. I think I've bought towels like twice in my life.
I don't know about where y'all are, but in Appalachia, it's like you just getting a towel broke in after like a decade. Get that thing really just wore out. You know how to feel. It knows how to sop the water right off of you.
I just think if you take good care of it, it'll last a long time.
Well,
I was raised, I mean, my grandmother survived like the Great Depression, so she was like, you don't need all that towel. You don't need all this
right.
towels.
Well, here's a man who's the total opposite of that. A billionaire son who stands to inherit everything, and his father is the president of a racing team, and it is sponsored by a man who used to drive a race car as a hobby because his father has $8 billion also. Here's some rich people having fun for our amusement. What do you think about this Menards paint scheme?
It looks like every other car he drives.
It does. This week, though, it says mowing on it, which is water taps, right?
Oh,
faucets. Okay. That's another lady product, right? It's in the home.
What? That's a Venn diagram of like.
All right, we're just having fun. Hey, look over here. This thing is all decked out for a day race, and the black, it's some way to get Chris really hot in that thing. And for some reason, they run white in the night. I guess they just want to be contrary to everybody. What does it say right there at the top of the hood? Nappied. Yeah, since 1948. That's pretty old. I've never even heard of a Nappied. If you had showed me that before, I would have thought it was a small bug with a lot of legs.
A nap.
He just rolls up in a ball, takes a nap. Speaking of something you could roll up in a ball, here's Ty Gibbs. I saw a picture of Ty Gibbs today as he was walking on pit road last week, and it was from a high up angle, pointed down. And it made him look like he was the size of maybe like an 8-year-old. But I'm not so sure that we're that far off, honestly. All these guys are small. How does that work out? Is it just, it makes you better? as a race car driver to be like smaller built, to kind of be short and stuff. What's the odds?
Hobbit size.
Hey, here's Zane Smith. I got a Zane Smith shirt on. What? Listen, I'm going to brag about this because I don't know if anybody else can do this. I'm not even a Zane Smith fan. This is one of my Zane Smith shirts. Can anybody say that out there? Tell me in the comments. You got multiple Zane Smith shirts? I don't think so. It's nobody does this. I don't think Zane Smith has them. Oh, hey, big surprise this week. He's driving the Valvoline colors. He'll have the yellow banner there, of course. He's got one more race after this. That's the Phoenix race, the final race of the year, that he's going to run Valvoline. Well, this week, early in the week, NASCAR.com posted their scheme lineup and showed us this picture and said it was this week. And then Hendrick was posting the normal scheme, this one, and everybody said, what's going on? And then all of a sudden you go back to NASCAR, and this doesn't exist anymore. And it's this. So this has been leaked. We believe this will be the final race scheme for Byron at Phoenix, should he make the final four, I would imagine, with the confetti. Maybe not if he doesn't make the final four. Maybe they don't go confetti. Maybe they do. I don't know. It would kind of be weird, wouldn't it?
I like it.
I do too. Look at this. Do you like this? What do you think about it? Does it look cheap to you? It does me.
It's a lot of dark colors.
I like dark colors, but it still looks cheap for some reason.
Is it like a security?
It's premium security. This is the best.
Premier.
How did that dang deal get here?
Which is premium. Premier premium security.
Yeah, there. Yeah.
From the Ziegler Group.
I don't
That's
know.
a car
That's
dealer.
like, I guess that's how you would dress if you were going to like rob a house. So that's why you'd need the security.
Right? Maybe the
dark
darkness
colors.
represents the bad guys, and then the blue is your cops or something. Red is the fire that will burn them. All right, moving on. What about this? Here's a casino hotel. We're living in a big casino town these days.
It's Bristol, baby.
You think anything's changed since the casino came into Bristol?
Not really.
I don't either. I don't notice much.
A few of my friends have jobs.
Well, that's pretty good. I've only been there a couple times, really, just to look around more than anything. And I drove by there just the other day. Man, it looks nice.
It is nice. It's nice.
Well, here's what we can wait for. We can be sponsoring a car like Daniel Hemrick coming up in a couple years. There's Daniel right now. Check him out. He's happy about it.
I don't really like the gold for some reason. I mean, I guess I understand where they're going, but I'd make it green, right? Wouldn't it be better if it was green for money?
It could be. I'm sure there's a lot of market research goes into what triggers people's minds and colors as they're tripping out. Oh, look at this boy here. Speaking of gambling, it's a big money weekend, you know. I think it's the Casino 400, the Hollywood Casino 400 already, so everybody's got to come out and compete. This guy won last year, and the year before that was Bubba, who in that year was driving the number 45 because he was doing the playoff deal. And then the year before that was Kurt Busch in the 45, right? So the 45 at this Kansas race is strong. It knows something. It's probably a good place to put your bet, I would say. Hey, here's a place. This old boy.
Dylan. You son of a...
Man, I put a $1 bet on Austin Dillon. Okay, I know it was $1 Hail Mary bet. And the man shows up 21st. Okay? I expect a little bit better. It's Bristol, man. Talk about the whole organization. The fact that he got 21st, I'm kind of insulted because Kyle's car was so bad. And if they came out of the same garage, I don't know. It's hard for me to believe Austin Dillon's better at Bristol than Kyle.
I don't see a car.
Well, yeah, it's got the safety vest on.
No, it's
see the flying fish?
It's camouflage.
Hey, first time ever, you got your boy Corey LaJoy gone from the 7, dead to the world of Chevy, all of a sudden resurrected in the 51 car over at Rick Ware Racing with the Children's Mercy Kansas City Hospital on the car. I do hope that the Kansas City Children's Hospital did not pay Rick Ware Racing for this. That would be a bad use of money, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I would hope that Rick threw him a bone of some sort, made him a deal. One interesting thing, though, to do with real NASCAR is Corey on this thing has a lot of his sponsors he had in the 7 car seem to jump ship with him. Maybe that was part of the early release deal, is the sponsors saying, okay, let them out of the contract too, we'll do the switch. But he's taken some people with him over to the 51, so maybe that makes sense why Rick Ware was like, okay, yeah, let's do this. As far as the car goes, I mean, just as color-wise and stuff, it's kind of ugly. I'm sorry. I know it's not a popular opinion. Oh, my gosh. It's the man, rose from the dead himself, Ty Dillon, back again for his last ride in the 16. One of the only times SVG's not going to be in it. He's got a new sponsor, FitRx, from the only at Walmart. So I guess it's a Walmart-made product, maybe. I don't know. Or either the company made some deal. I looked it up, and I think it's pills. Yeah. It's like vitamin pills, I think. So watch out for Ty Dillon. He may be running a pyramid scheme. I'm not sure. There's definitely something going on.
RX, is it a pharmacy?
No. This is
over the counter.
It's over the
fitness.
It's over the Walmart laying on the shelf. It's real fitness, real results. Notice there's a period between the two. They're totally separate thoughts. I highly suspect this finish was done by AJ Allmendinger. To be worse next week. Oh my gosh, what happened? Okay, back to the show. Let's move on. Hey, Martin driving the traditional Bass Pro Shop. Johnny Morris got a win again scheme. I don't think. Listen, he's got a couple wins here, but I think your boy Martin here is over it, and he's ready to move on to retirement. I think he's tired of the rat race. I think he was tired last year. Hot car though. Oh, there's the boy. Another bet.
Here comes the money.
Everybody's got the gambling schemes out. I kind of like this. It's kind of got that color that they put on the Tacomas, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty nice with the black.
Hazelnut or something?
I thought it was like sands or something, or drywall maybe. Is there a color called drywall? I'd like to have my walls just painted drywall. Put up new drywall and just leave it there. That's how I do things. Hey, here's Bubba's Plumbing and the vacuum service.
He's a piece of crap. The kid, he sucks.
I don't know about that, Joey.
He sucked his whole career.
Okay, well, whatever. Harsh, he fell out of the round, but here he is. Honestly, I'm pulling for the 6. He's an underdog these days. He's pulling the Roush Company back out of the gutter.
What?
He's from the underground. He's the little man now. He's saving this classic throwback company and trying to do stuff.
No, dude, no.
It's weird.
Keselowski driving a plumbing car, like all the jokes write themselves. Really. Toilet jokes. You ready for a faucet joke? Yeah.
Warning. All right. Very good. Hey, here's a guy who's going to wreck. It's your old friend, Ricky Spinouts. And he's driving the Dillon's
Dillon, you son of a...
NASCAR. Dillon's NASCAR. Dillon is apparently one of the named brand stores that Kroger owns. They also share the giant orange wedge buggy symbol or killed turtle. Is that could it be a live turtle, I guess?
It was
Maybe it is just a turtle. See, his head's there, and he's got 2 little feet. Is Kroger's symbol a turtle? Did I just discover something? There's something subliminal going on here. It doesn't matter. This car symbolizes a turtle, and that all holds together. I can tell you that.
Well, isn't NOS like an energy drink?
It is an energy drink,
and then they put it on there with the turtle.
Well,
which goes slow.
It's supposed to be a buggy with a giant orange slice in it. I think you should be confused. It's Ricky Stenhouse. Nobody knows what's happening. These colors do match together, though. I'll give him that.
Yeah, no, I like the colors.
But we can't expect much. Hey, here's something that he drives constantly. It's your old boy, the Joey Logano, probably destined to win the whole championship again.
I'm not a robot. I'm a human.
I don't know if he's human or not, but it's every other year, and he's making the playoffs at the right time and kicking butt. The dude may pull down some stuff. You happy? You like Joey Logano? Crystal?
Yes, yeah. He's
okay.
all right.
Yeah, okay. There you go, folks. That's uninformed NASCAR viewership right there.
The money ain't no but garbage.
Don't listen to that, okay? Here, Bed Bath & Beyond, we knew a girl was going to be on the show. Here you go. Bed Bath, we got 2 of them for you. How about that? I do like this one. For some reason,
What is this? Faucets and towels?
they're just doing whatever over there at the Stewart Hospital. They don't care. They're just whatever. Anything. They got big connections with that one dude. I do like this, though, because it kind of looks just like the Bush car that our boy in the Watermelon Man drove earlier. I love that car so much, I just fantasize about it while I'm looking at other cars. That's what's going on here. Let's move on. Hey, here's a health company. You know, Crystal, I usually ask this of every single person that's been on the show. Do you ever think, and I hope to God, considering you're in charge of my health care, if something happens to me, you make the decisions, please tell me that you do not think about who has sponsored a car when you're choosing a hospital that we need to get to. And you go, well, you know, I was going to go over to the blah, 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 but Advent Health, on the 43, we can take the extra hour drive, I guess, to that hospital. Would you think that way?
It depends on the, like, urgency of, like, what you're dealing with, I guess.
Well, okay. So you,
like if it's like
but you're willing to be talked into going to a different hospital
if
based
it's like
on
an ingrown toenail, I'd be like, you know,
but would
like, suck it up. But like if your like arm fell off or something, I'd be like, we might have to go to like the local hospital.
Well, I would think you'd go to the local hospital no matter what, whatever got you there faster to try to save your life. But they're all the same here, so it doesn't really matter.
Right, I was about to say the same place owns all of them. So.
Well, here's something totally different. The Worldwide Express, who is not what they call Mr. Pitbull, but Mr. Worldwide is, who partially owns this car, with Daniel Suarez in the 99, made it through to the next round, which kind of surprised me this year. He only had the one Atlanta win, and then he kind of fell off. What do you think about that blue? You're a big fan of blue.
I like that blue. Yeah, I like that.
Would you own a car that color blue? That's kind of like the blue they had on the Supra back.
I didn't like that.
No, you didn't like that. Okay.
I don't like it on like sports cars.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I like it on like a T-shirt or something.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Well, what about this? Here's some more very teal, and it's not teal, but it's got that green. Mm-hmm. I kind of like it honestly, but just the words wrote out a big web address to me is really just lazy, ugly, and the arrows. It's the whole thing's made on definitely a Windows 95 based computer for sure. Because I don't see anywhere that any of this has any graphic that's not just a solid color.
It's like
this is before pixel art was invented, folks.
It's like Rage Energy, but then it says Boozy on the back.
Well, Boozy is a new product that they've got sponsoring the 38 car. It's alcoholic jerky, and they have a cow eating it. So the idea is as you eat the jerky, you get drunk off of jerky,
so
apparently.
Where does
I learned
the
about
rage
it.
come in?
Well, here you go, right? But it's not just about raging energy. You got to manage your flow and maximize your profits. This is the most BS word slogan I've ever heard in my life. You got to manage the flow, and you got to maximize the profits, dude. You'll make tons of money. I swear, bro. Just follow the 3-step plan. That's
Buzzwords.
Speaking of buzzwords, Pyle Barker, the whole team over there, you know what they do, don't you, Crystal?
Not a clue.
Well, good. It's a fire warning place. That's what it is. They suck. What do you think about
the
this
Ollipops. That's a big.
Have you tried one of those?
I haven't, but all the like 20-something like college girls love those.
Well, it is picking up a large amount of market share. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I have seen on studies, so it must be something great.
I saw it at Ross.
We all know college girls are great with their money. It must be a good value.
It's an energy drink.
Oh, I thought it was just like a soda company.
I think it's like an energy soda.
Oh, boy. We need more energy sodas. Nobody's having enough heart attacks these days. I do love a Monster Mean Bean. What do you think about that?
I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's got something cool on there.
And it's the Wood Brothers.
Right?
That automatically gives me like a check there.
Yeah, right.
I really like that.
It is cool.
I'm kind of regretting the bees.
Well, that's the thing you take. This is kind of, it's got some hexagonal shapes
wait a minute,
there.
Can I just say it?
Yeah, well, yeah, there you go. You never really pushed it. There you go. Yeah. I mean, we're not so official with this anyway. We won't hold it over your head too long.
I like the ombre effect. It's like
Ombre.
yeah,
Like you're talking about
the
people.
The blend.
Oh,
that's what
ombre.
you call that when it fades into another color.
Oh, I thought it was a dude who robbed people in Mexico. Ombre.
I think it's spelled differently than that.
Well, I can't
Yeah,
spell it all. That's why.
Okay.
Hey, here's Justin Haley in the 7 car driving for Gamebridge. Did you see that coming in your forecast, Crystal?
No.
I know you're into the lower back cars that you stay on top of all this. You know,
No,
you're a casual fan, a hardcore,
this
right?
Not good. This is
It's a giant company that takes your money and invests it in other things like race cars. And here they are. They
But
just
not in,
got this
like,
new driver.
a color specialist, obviously.
No, and they kind of make everything else that they have a product with kind of like this, but less bright colors.
It's like they have to turn it in, and they're like, you know what? Let's just put a blue stripe on it.
Exactly. That's what I said, too. It was just lazy.
Just throw it in there.
It was just like they had some highlighters as they were running to the meeting and just, here, 2 stripes. I got 2 colors. I got yellow and I got blue.
He said we need one more.
Here's the worst performing car of the year thus far. The most average worst finishes come from the 15 car, which is primarily drove by Kaz Gralla here, but sometimes some other people. What would you think, just looking at the car, Crystal, what would you think they do?
Like
Don't say giving enemas.
I was going to say cream for painful.
See, exactly. That's where I got it from, too. It looks like it's a tube of cream that you just rolled up at the end, and it's remixers. And it's got like a name, like some kind of cream, like Zangars, Z-Mercs.
It's like, you know, when you go through the airport and you're like, oh, they won't check this. This is all ocean. Like that type of thing.
One of those things, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it's some kind of drill. Big, giant drill thing.
What?
Goes down in the ground and bores something out. It's
Really?
Xerox, yeah. You got me. I don't know. Hey, here's a car that has not been in the race very much. The 44 car sporadically showing up throughout the season to finish last place, usually. And I'm going to tell you, this thing right here is going to be dead weight on the track. J.J. Yaley is driving it, and he is driving it like he cannot.
Does that say it's a driving school?
No, it's an urban youth school. I think it's
Racing school?
I think it's like a STEM-based school. Actually, it's not like and it uses like racing as like a curriculum-motivated idea, is my understanding. Now, he's ran this just like this year. I think it was the 500. And supposedly they're coming back with it exactly the same. Normally, every time you see this car, it's different. But they're so small and so little. They have no PR. They have no social media. They don't post anything. Like, literally, there's like one dude working there. So this is the best shot we got of knowing what this looks like. But here, let me tell you what this is. This is absolute dumpster fire. This is the worst car Jimmy Johnson has ever drove. The worst looking car. It's bad on every level that has ever been. It is maybe and honestly the worst wrap in the history of the earth. I got everything I got on it. Look at it.
Oh.
This looks like...
This is like everywhere I go when it's like a week before payday and I'm broke.
Yeah, it looks like they spent about that much money on it, too. It's so generic.
Why is there orange and green?
It's because the two companies, for some reason, they're like, no, it must be that color. We couldn't come to any
dude,
middleable terms.
I think the colorblind dude, like,
It's
this
ugly.
was his week. Yeah.
So ugly.
Oh, no.
It's got some kind of, it's like they leftover decorations from one store and took them to another and try to pull it
It's
off.
like Halloween and like
Easter.
I was going to say St. Patrick's Day had a baby.
Yeah, okay. Generically. It's a bad-looking car, and it's going to finish terribly. It always does. That's all the cars that are running this week. Crystal, thank you for being on the show. I highly appreciate it. I'm sure Justin does, too, with his being called away. What do you think, in your expertise, would be the wrap of the week? Excuse me, you already said the wrap of the week. The winner this week. Who's going to win in Big Kansas?
I think I'm going to pull for Lord Byron.
Oh, Lord Byron, yes. It's a very good pick. pretty sure I said at the start of the year my pick to win the Cup. He is a dominant force. It's his turn.
He's a lord.
He's royal. He's definitely got a title of some sort. But I am believing, though, as much as I'd like to see it, as I'm wearing this Byron hat, I'd like to see a Byron win. Sure. But the truth of the matter is, I think Tyler Reddick is going to be the one who pulls it out. He's just too good. The 45 car is too good. I don't understand why the 45 car and the 23 car don't both have it somehow. That one number's been faster than the other. You got me. I don't ask questions. Some cars are just bolted together. I don't even know if it was the same car. Who knows? But anyway, that thing been winning, yo. That's the two cars. Crystal, one thing you forgot to tell the people as the guest, you should have, of course, told them that there's free stuff available. All they have to do is put in the comments who's going to win the race. And if they are correct, like somebody was last week, they won. And I've got to, by the way, if you're watching, I got to get your email I got to check sizes to send that to you. Please hit me up on that. Honey, baby, darling, you got anything you want to say to the world here before we turn it off for the night?
Make sure to drink milk and take your vitamins.
That's what Hulk Hogan always said, and he's, my understanding from the webcast I watch, he's one of the biggest liars on earth. So, so I don't know if that's a good one or not.
We are doctors.
No, yeah, you definitely don't want to get on the internet and say you're a doctor and prescribe something. Then you're accountable. No, this
It's
is total.
milk.
You're not ready for the internet. Okay, back
listen,
off.
Okay.
No,
that's
you.
true. Like if you're lactose intolerant, don't drink.
No,
milk.
don't drink anything
Yeah,
under our supervision. We
Yeah.
don't know. We're doctors of it's something totally different. Don't drink anything, ever. Not even water. I can't speak on authority for anything. All right, we love you, folks. We appreciate you tuning in. Have a great night, and come back and see us. We'll see y'all down at the day.